So they got a big huddle at the end of the bridge on the eastbound side. Okay, now he's out of the car. Oh, so that's Bingham again. That's the one who told me who he was. That's doing the search there, that guy. He's in his pockets. Put something on the roof of the car. That's more than a Terry search. I don't know if he had consent. So they're worried about the lights silhouetting them. I'm definitely pushing my luck, but it chose the absolute right time to come down here. That's for sure. To catch this scene, if I don't get kicked off again. I mean, if they really wanted this closed, they could just run some tape across, you know, but they're doing a piss poor job of saying what they want to do. So I'm at 4% battery. I'm gonna stop this once this guy gets by and try and see what happens. So it looks like they're letting the guy go. He walked a pretty good line. I'm gonna get out of here too. The chopper's back in the air, but I've got 3% battery, and you never know if I'm gonna need it for something else. I don't know if this is a police officer. It doesn't look like it, but I guess the guy wasn't drunk, so that's a good story. Yeah. All right, like, comment, subscribe, spread the word. Yeah. Lieutenant Rayleigh, yes! Yes, there is a God in heaven.
What are you doing?
Wait
for you to come in? I'm not even supposed to be here right now.
What does it look like I'm doing? I mean,
Roll the cigarette.
don't you have reasonable cause yet to search me, or what? No?
Hey, what happened over there?
He's gonna get to it. Give him time. Let him step in the door.
It's a huge mess, man.
I know the sheriffs. They tried to do the same thing you guys tried to do to me too, but I didn't let him get away with it like I let you get away with it.
What thing? What did you let me get away with?
Instantaneously giving orders to not exercise my rights.
Are you talking about the freeway thing?
Of course, I'm talking about the freeway.
Yeah, but
thing. It wasn't just you. There was a sergeant and an officer.
No, I wasn't instantaneously. Yes.
And so I realized real quick that all the officers wanted to tell the people what to do for Christmas.
No.
And so I obliged. But, yeah. First of all, but once I got there, once I got to where I was, right, when you first saw me, you told me to stop, which I did.
Right.
Which I had every cause to stop.
Yes.
But at that point, I had broken no laws.
No.
And where I was, I acquired that space legally.
Yeah.
And you told me to stand at the car, which I obliged, but I could have just stayed right where I was. But then when I went to the car, then Sergeant came in and he said, it's my scene now, when actually it's my scene. And the fire department, actually it's their scene. And everybody was fighting over whose scene it was. But
No.
the thing is he told me to move back farther. Huh?
I said it's most definitely a law enforcement thing.
Oh no! If there's an injury, the fire department has control. But nevertheless, I mean, what? It is here because I saw somebody buy it yesterday. But oh, it's probably over here. But then the sergeant told me to move back. Now, I didn't have to move back because I mean, if you are extending your scene, which you have every right to do, I was already in it. So if it in fact is a crime scene, somebody should have been posted around me and dusting me for prints.
Why would we
I'm just saying,
prints?
you know, obviously that's a joke, not to dust me for prints. But what I'm saying is if it's a crime scene, like you say,
Yeah.
I'm already in it.
Well,
And so you ordered me to leave a crime scene. Not you, your sergeant, that sergeant, and then an officer.
He ordered you to step back
Yeah.
a little bit further.
A little bit further, and then I obliged, and then another officer, he wanted to get in on the fun and tell one of the people what to do, and he told me to step back even further. And you know, it wasn't like I really could have seen anything, but both of them told me I couldn't walk on the other side. It was Sherlocker, right, or Skurlocker?
Sherlock.
Skurlock told me that I was talking semantics about the improved shoulder versus the highway. That was semantics.
Well,
I mean, we both know that that's not semantics. That's the difference between my right and
reason,
not.
And I was very clear about this out there, is that I didn't want you, I was not going to stop you from doing that.
No, you
I wasn't going
were
to
fine.
exercise but I just didn't want you to do it because you're just going to draw more resources when people start calling the cops saying, hey, there's this dude walking on the inside shoulder. Or something worse happens because people are rubbernecking, right? They're trying to see the really smashed up vehicles. They're not paying attention to the road in front, and another accident happens, and you're out there on foot and get caught.
So let me break this down for the hearing impaired. What you're saying is that somebody else might break the law, and so because of that, I should not exercise my rights because somebody else might break the law and kill me. And then to say that it was using more, and you never showed up on Friday like you said you were going to do.
Breaking the law, right?
And you promised to show up on Friday, and you never did.
You have no idea what kind of week I've had.
Okay, but I'm just saying you still owe me a real interview on that. You know. I mean, the thing is that it seems like the automatic, the default setting on the Georgetown Police Department is that walking on the shoulder is dangerous.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
It's not dangerous. That's absurd.
But it is dangerous, especially walking on the inside shoulder.
We talk the inside or the outside makes no difference.
Now, being legal or not, right?
No, how is it more dangerous?
To walk on the inside
Yeah.
shoulder? Because you're trapped between...
I'm not trapped. I could jump right over that wall.
Into the other inside shoulder.
Well, then I'd be in your crime scene. No, I mean into the
I'm
grass.
talking just theoretically, right?
I wanted to walk on the side of the wall.
Most reasonable people will be like, yeah, if you're walking the side road, you're probably good. If you're walking on the inside shoulder of I-35, most reasonable people will be like, that doesn't seem like the grandest of ideas. Not that it's a...
Well, that's
illegal
only
idea.
because the police department has been putting up signs. If you say something, or if you see something, say something. They don't say if you see a crime, say something. It's your fault. So don't try and... No, it is your fault. You as the police is why people are so scared when they see somebody walking on the shoulder because the police, the government has caused this panic.
People are scared.
I mean...
People aren't scared typically when they see somebody walking the road.
They're scared for their life. They're like, oh, he's going to get killed.
No.
That's what all your guys were saying is
Most
that
of
it's
the
too
time people
dangerous.
Walk through this town, absolutely no problem, unimpeded, right?
Right.
They probably stop at this store, and they come in and they buy stuff, unimpeded, by me, by him, by
Right.
anybody else, because nobody really cares. What I'm talking about is if you're walking on the inside shoulder. people are going to care about that.
Well,
Because
the question is how I got to the inside shoulder.
yeah,
No,
on the inside shoulder.
Yeah, well,
walking on the inside shoulder.
I was on the inside shoulder, and a guy
This
had
is
a
why
fucking
it's
RV, and his mirror just fucking clipped my shoulder.
This is why it's a bad idea. It doesn't make it illegal.
No, that
It's just
doesn't.
a really bad idea. Like bungee jumping
Wait
is
a
bad
second.
idea.
Let's get to the bottom of this. First of all, that shoulder must have been very small, and the frontage road has no shoulder. So to say that it's safer for me to be on the frontage road than it is to be on the inside shoulder is absurd. It uses no logic. There was not one brain cell used on that. It was just default setting. Let's scare him out of using his
There's
rights.
grass on the frontage road. Like you could literally walk in the grass, and you could separate yourself. 10,
There's
20,
ants.
30. Oh. There's cars. Which are more deadly, cars or ants?
Ants have killed people. Cars are only deadly if they hit you.
Ants are only deadly if they bite you.
Yes, but what I'm saying is that there's always dangers. It's the perceived dangers that are not really the danger.
But you don't have to argue with me. I'm not making.
No, I have no problem
I'm
with
not,
you.
I didn't say
It
what
was
you were
your
asking
officers.
was illegal or not, right?
No,
And-
you know
and
I
there's
could have
nothing-
done it. You
well,
even
there's-
said that
there's
on
a
video.
there's
I
a
could do
difference,
it.
right? And there's a difference between me telling you, "Hey, don't do that," right, or
Yeah.
me being able to enforce a law that makes you not do that, right? Those are two
Yeah,
wildly different
well, the question was how did I get over to the inside shoulder? I
Right,
mean,
you're gonna have to cross a
but
freeway.
you said I asked you, and
Right.
I was in it already because it was closed.
because- I mean,
so
that's
once I
because-
got to that side, then I was like, well, I'm free to jump that and go on to the other
And-
side.
and that's
but
only
I
because
didn't do it
it's not
as a
worth-
favor to you because
Right,
you
because-
said you were going to give me an interview on Friday.
right, and I didn't make it there.
Right, you didn't make it there.
So-
and I waited on pins and needles. No, just kidding. I knew I would see you eventually.
yes.
But Skurlocker is not you.
Right.
You see, and he thinks that it's semantics. Walking on a shoulder versus highway.
Well-
He said that I cannot walk on the improved shoulder.
Technically, no, that's not what he said.
You weren't there. I have it on video.
Okay.
We'll take a look at it if you'd like.
The issue is, how do you get to the improved shoulder?
Yeah, but
You have to cross a freeway, right? A freeway that we shut down.
yeah.
Which one time, if you recall, you admitted that when you spoke to Officer Wall, like she let you get away with one because she had the freeway, the frontage road shut down on a GWI stop.
Yeah,
Right?
and also Lieutenant
So if
Grass
I shut
too.
It,
He
if
let
I shut
me.
it down, if it's shut down because of me,
Yeah.
and I control it, I can certainly tell you not to stand. It doesn't make it legal for you to stand on it.
Yeah, I said that they could
Right, so the
that
issue
they could
is,
stop me,
how do you
and
get
I
to the
said
inside
you
shoulder?
could have stopped me from going over, but
Right.
you weren't going to do that.
I wasn't going to do that,
and
because
neither
it
was
seems like
he.
a
'Cause
terrible waste of my time.
I
right?
know, but the thing is that I was already like mingling back there,
So
right?
the-
It was closed,
the
and so
issue
it
is,
wasn't a safety
if,
issue.
If I don't talk to Skurlock and say, "Hey, I've already told him he can stand there," right?
No, no,
and
no.
Skurlock comes. So hold on a second. And Skurlock comes up, and you want to go to the inside shoulder. He's immediately going to think, "Well, how does he get there?" The legal way for you to get to the inside shoulder would probably be to climb on top of the 29
You're
bridge.
guessing. You
take
weren't
some
there.
Rope, tie off, run a line down, and rappel down to get to the inside shoulder because there's no way to cross.
I don't know if I can legally attach a rope to that bridge, but no. But the thing is I was already over there.
Right.
And I was nobody was trying to stop me from crossing the
your
highway.
ability, right? Exactly.
But
Could I have
but he
stopped
was
you?
trying to stop me from going on the shoulder.
Could
and
I have stopped you from crossing the highway?
yes,
Absolutely. Could he have said,
Yes.
"No, you can't go to that inside shoulder because you can't cross the highway"?
that's right. No,
so
he
that
could
would
have.
have been perfectly legal, and that's probably
Lieutenant,
what he was saying.
You're really trying to cover this guy's butt.
No,
What
I'm
I'm
not.
getting
I'm just
at,
like, when we're working
what I'm
a
getting
crash-
at is the next time he thinks that it's semantics, and that really hurts my feelings when somebody says to me that it's semantics, the difference between legal and not legal. Right? He's talking about the improved shoulder being the highway, and it's the same thing. That was the discussion that we were having. And I think he needs to be clarified. In fact, everybody in your department should know this by now, considering how many discussions we've had on
Well,
this.
the issue is the inside shoulder. That's the whole issue. How do
Any
you get to-
shoulder.
how do you get to the inside
How do you
shoulder?
get there? That I don't know how you could legally get there.
That's exactly my
Except
point.
in that case, the highway was shut down, and nobody
What
was
if-
trying to stop me from getting over to the other side.
Right.
They were trying to say that walking
But
on the shoulder
that's just
is
because
bad.
that's just because I've talked to you a bunch of times and I'm being polite. Like, I'm not gonna like. I'm
Wait,
not
you
gonna-
said you looked up the code and
You
that you
can't-
found there's no violation.
I'm talking about crossing.
Yeah,
the
crossing
freeway.
the highway is
This
a
all
code.
I'm
It doesn't
talking
apply to
about.
me.
If you end up magically,
Of course, it doesn't apply to me.
like
We know
if you
that,
were,
right?
Like, to click your heels and like appear on the inside shoulder, yeah, I wouldn't really mess with you. But if you're just walking on
You're
the inside
forgetting
shoulder,
that only applies to persons.
Oh,
And I'm
see,
one of the people. But I didn't go there with any of your guys.
But
That only applies to persons, and the people have rights.
Exactly. And here's the thing. People do have rights. That was a crime scene.
Yeah.
Right? I asked you to stand someplace.
And I did.
You stood there. You
Yeah.
obliged. You asked if you could go on the inside shoulder. I told you you could, but that it was a terrible idea. And you obliged and didn't go to the inside shoulder.
Right, but
And
you're
you-
thinking, I think you need to think it through a little bit more, that it's not such a terrible idea.
Yes, no, it's a completely terrible
It's
idea.
not a
People
terrible
get hit
idea.
On the inside shoulder all
People
the
do
time.
get hit on shoulders.
Right.
People get hit driving in the lanes.
Right.
People get
But
killed doing
it's
all
about
kinds
what they're
of
doing.
things.
Are they just getting killed because they're walking down the road, or are they just trying to take some pictures of a gnarly crash? Right? There's a difference between these two things.
I didn't go there because I didn't really see any need that I needed to get
Right,
a
'cause
shot.
there's nothing left
Now
to see.
tonight I fought hard and stood my ground and I didn't lose. Right. But I mean I didn't enter the crime scene either, but were you there?
I was. That's why I got called to work
You
tonight.
guys kicked the sheriff's SWAT team out. You were like, no brown allowed, only blue. I hear there's a brown Santa and a blue Santa.
There is that. Yeah, the sheriff's department has a brown Santa and we have a blue Santa.
That sounds like a turf war going
No,
on,
it's typically
Lieutenant.
just because they wear uniforms that are brown.
Right, but
Right.
I've never
So-
heard that before though.
No,
The brown line.
I don't know if that's
and
a-
they have the brown line.
I don't know if that's a local thing or a state thing or whatever, but
Yeah. So was the guy down at the river?
yeah, he was near the river. Yeah.
Did he drive over there? Like his car went over the edge?
No, not like that.
And he didn't shoot at any police officers.
So there's a big part of this that I can't talk about.
Yeah, that sounds
So-
like he didn't, but that's the party line right now.
No. That sounds like there'll be a public information that's pushed out, right? And you'll see.
Yeah,
it
I
in
want the truth. That's
you'll
what I'm
see it in
talking
the
to
media.
you.
Well, I mean that is the truth.
Is it?
But there's stuff that I can't just openly tell you because there's like an investigation going on. and
Right.
All that good stuff, right?
Is he suspected of shooting at officers?
Yeah, man, you're gonna have to read the PIO report. They'll come
How do
out.
I get that?
I'll tell you what. If I can get a copy of the PIO report that they send out, I'll ask my chief for a copy of it, and I'll bring it to you. And you
I
can
don't know
read it.
what that is that you're talking
A
about.
PIO, it's a public information officer report, right? So they're
Oh.
basically they're going to type up the
I
information for the
mean,
incident. Because
I'm not
they're-
going to make a request. I don't ask my government for anything.
No, I'm not saying
Okay.
you have to make it. I'm saying
All
like,
right.
I could probably get a copy of
Yeah.
it that they send to all the media outlets, right? And I'll give you one too.
No, not that. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, the
it's
party
the thing
line.
that says this is why we were there, right?
Yeah, and then
This
5
is
years
what
later we
happened.
get the truth.
It's not 5 years. 5 years.
I
Court
mean,
systems work a little bit faster. Than that.
like, okay,
Okay. I got a
you
mad
gotta
wife
go.
at home, right? So
A
I'm
mad
gonna go
wife?
home. Yeah, because I get called out in the middle of the night. She's not happy with me. So I'm going to go home and take care of my wife now.
but nobody got hurt.
No.
Okay.
Everybody's all right?
All right, thank you. Press on. We got Chief Riley. Yeah, I thought you quit coming to Starbucks.
Oh, no. No.
Are you a regular
You
here?
must find me here every day.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
You just go through the drive-through.
I do.
Right.
I always got stuff to do. And I'm running
Yeah.
a little late this morning.
Yeah.
But,
I haven't seen as many of your guys lately.
beautiful, isn't it?
It is.
Good way to start your day right there.
I know today and tomorrow are going to be really nice,
Yeah,
but then
it's
it's
going to be like 20 degrees on Saturday, right?
they're toning the rhetoric down.
Oh, are they?
I call the Weather Channel rhetoric
Well, that's
because
good.
it's like
Well,
never
they don't have to
right.
be right. They just have to guess. Right?
Yeah, they don't have windows in their office. You know, I mean, especially here in Texas. You know, I've been to a lot of states, and they do the percents here. You know, and like there's a 20%
Yeah.
chance of rain.
Yeah,
they don't do that in
everywhere?
all states.
Oh,
No,
is that
like
right?
California, they know.
I thought that was...
It's either going to rain or it's not.
That's true, and it's going to be chilly.
Yeah,
Right?
chilly.
So-
Right. It's a
Okay.
big state. It's, but
All right. You doing okay?
oh yeah, I don't do it any other way.
There you go.
Yeah,
Enjoy
yeah.
your day. I'm going to go try to get some paperwork done.
Oh, now that I got the camera, you're gone. All right, you got paperwork. Hey,
One of those days.
I was meaning
Just
to
enjoy
ask
that
you
sunrise,
about.
because you can't beat that right there, right?
Right. Oh, I was meaning to ask you though about that Mexican standoff.
What are you talking about?
Well, it wasn't your scene, but the
And why do you call it that?
a Mexican standoff.
Is that a term or something?
I mean, I don't want to give. I shouldn't have said. I mean, this day and age, I don't know, but I mean, that's just an old phrase of like, there was a guy at Blue Hole.
Like the shootout at the OK Corral.
Kind of like when you're like, there's guys with guns on both sides, and you're just like waiting for one
a duel or something.
Yeah. No, but
A duel
at
with
Blue
four
Hole.
people.
At Blue Hole. You know what I'm talking about? There was a guy with a gun or something, and there was. I mean, the chopper was up. It was like 2 weeks ago.
Over there?
Yeah, on Blue Hole. Now
Yeah,
you know
I mean,
what I'm
I
talking
wasn't there,
about.
but I know kind of on the edges what happened.
Was the guy shooting at the police, or he was? Oh, there were shots fired.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I hear anyway.
That's what you hear.
There was a car chase, and then he shot at the cops. But they captured him without any problem. Took a
Yeah,
little while.
yeah. I was there
Took
for
a
a
little
long time
while.
now.
I know our drones were up.
Oh yeah, I mean, I saw some of your guys. Pence was there. The SWAT team was there and stuff. And I did notice that somebody had a drone, but I didn't know if you guys used it or
Those are
what.
ours. You know, it's hard to get helicopters underneath those bridges.
Oh, he was under the bridge.
Successfully, anyway.
He was
Successfully.
under the bridge. Okay, I didn't know exactly where he was.
Yeah, it wasn't in the water, I don't think, but he was down in there.
All right. Did he drive down there? Like, did his car go over the edge?
I don't think so.
Okay. I mean, I really don't know.
No, I wasn't there, but I never heard that.
Okay, but he ran down there or something?
That's the way I understand it.
All right, and he was trying to hide out there.
Yeah,
But he
good thing is-
definitely shot at the police?
Yeah, which could always turn out bad, but this turned out good. Nobody got hurt.
Yeah, nobody
Right?
got hurt.
That's always the goal, right?
Right.
Nobody gets hurt. That way you see these sunrises every day.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, I'm trying to think who the sergeant was now.
That was a city thing, so
I know, but I only really talked to the sheriffs because they were on the side that I was on.
we were
And
just
the
supporting
PD
them.
was on the other side.
We were just supporting those guys.
Yeah.
We all try to work together as much as we can.
Yeah, I mean, nobody violated my rights or anything, but we had a go, you know, because, I mean, I will say that I haven't seen any scenes where anybody knows how to adequately block off an area.
Sometimes
And,
it's hard.
I mean, you guys have tape,
Sometimes it's hard.
crime scene tape, you know, and what happened is that originally, you know, the sheriffs were there, the troopers were there, and the PD was there, but the sheriffs had one side, and I guess like most of them left, right? They got sent home, you know, like Pence was called in on his day off, you know, he wasn't even working, but they started going home, right? And so they started taking their cars and leaving.
Oh, and that's what was blocking the roads.
Yeah, that was blocking the roads. And then it got to a point where there was only one car, and it was on the other side of the road from me, right? And I mean, obviously, there's two lanes though. And so, I mean, I could tell that side was blocked for sure. But what happened is a car went right through, right? And drove right by that guy, you know?
always
And
gotta
then,
be careful about that, especially when you got an active scene like that.
yeah, but
Because you had somebody that already shot at the police, that's pretty bad, right? So you don't get.
But what I'm saying is it wasn't blocked off right. Like they
I
had plenty of time to put tape up if they wanted to block it off. You know what I mean? They did a drunk driving test. He wasn't drunk, you know. The guy that ran through, he drove through past the one car, you know, and then to me it was like,
may
well,
have just
they had
been
moved their scene up is really what it looked like.
Yeah,
They
he
had
may have just
moved.
been confused. Right?
Yeah, no, he was confused, but what I'm talking about is the procedure in order to actually block it off. Because when I got there, you know, I came up to the corner, and there's cars next to me and in front of me on the street, you know, and I could kind of see, well, all right, I can't really go past this point. But then they wanted me to back up like
they don't
30
want
more
you-
feet,
they
and I
don't want
wasn't
you to
going
get
to do
hurt.
it.
They don't
You know
want
what I
you to
mean?
get
But I mean, because they had time, you can make your scene as big as you want, but you have to make your scene, right? Not just when I get there, like, oh, okay, now we want you to stand
hey, what's
there
their goal? What's their goal, David?
to oppress the people.
Oh, come on, man.
Come
Come on.
to not be in the spotlight. To
Well, no, I don't think it's
you
that.
know,
but
I mean, sometimes
the goal is to keep people safe, right? So all that always takes cooperation from the public, right? We try to keep you safe. Yeah, it does. So So you
No,
can, I guess
not
you can
when-
not cooperate. We have to.
Not when
try
it.
to keep them safe, but-
No,
But it's always
you're
helpful.
not supposed to ask the people to give up their rights in order for you to have an easier job.
No, I agree. But
Right.
but I can try to help you keep yourself safe.
Yeah, the sergeant,
And-
we
and part of that
didn't, he
is,
didn't
hey, don't
violate
walk
my
over there.
rights,
This
like
guy
I
just shot
said.
at us, man. He about to shoot at you too.
Yeah, and I mean, no,
gotta
but
go.
I could understand if
Hey,
he's
you
gonna
gonna
say,
be, you here every day? I'll never see you, man. I'll come by and talk to you.
yeah,
Here, I gotta go.
I'm here every day. Yeah, come talk to me. Thank you, Chief.
Press on.
Master by the name of Bates, smoking more than all 50 states combined. Yeah, right, I gotta stay on the grind. I got no money, so my weed's on my mind. I hit the club, but you know I can't dance. 7 and 7 in my cutoff chance. Tie that shirt in my long ass hair. What part of how I look makes you think I care?